seen this chart right here? It could represent one of the best buying opportunities in the last 14 years. Do you know which chart it is? Put your guess down below. I'm gonna unveil it at the end of the video. Let's see if you are correct. Hit that subscribe button. My name is Steve. Only 3 days left. Largest sale of the year. The clock is ticking. 3 days left. CryptoCrewUniversity.com. That all-in-one bundle, what you're going to get, you're going to start dominating your trades. You're going to start recovering those losses, and you're going to have much less stress. I have been where you are, and I know how to take you where I am. The one-time payment gets immediate access and lifetime access to my program. Take my program at your own speed. Reach out to me 24/7 with any questions you have. If price is a problem, at checkout, we have payment plans. If you like my videos, you're gonna absolutely love my program because you're gonna get my personal strategy that's gonna help you multiply your portfolio. How would it feel to multiply your portfolio? 3 days left, clock is ticking, CryptoCrewUniversity.com. There right now before it's too late. Now, what we're going to do is we're gonna cover this chart. And it's going to be hidden. And this is going to be a fun game that I want to see if you're going to win. Maybe you have an idea of what this chart is right off the bat. You might have seen this chart. You might have looked at this chart today or yesterday. But I can say that where price is right now at the bottom of this trend line, we haven't been there since 2008. The time that we were there before 2008 was 2006. The time that we were there before 2006 was all the way back in 2001. So for the past 21 years, we have been bouncing very nicely in this channel. We have our median line here, and we have our upper line here that acts as resistance to the top of 2003 and also to the top of 2018 and the most recent top of 2020. But something recently happened that was pretty devastating for this stock. And it didn't come in the form of news, it came in the form of divergence. You can see that we had a high here and a higher high here. Nobody can deny that, right? This is a high, this is a higher high. At the same time, we had in the RSI, we had a high and a lower high. This is textbook bearish divergence. Textbook bearish divergence, not forming over the course of a couple days or a couple weeks. This was literally, it started in 2018 and in 2020. So for 2 years, we had very strong bearish divergence. And right when this market topped here in 2020, that's when it all came crashing down. Because if you look at this red line, for 14 years, since 2008, we've been holding this trend line, right? You could see our low here, our pivot low here, our next swing low in 2014, our next swing low in 2018, 19, and we needed to continue with this line. We needed to continue with this momentum. But because we built up in a pressure cooker bearish divergence for 2 years, it had a whole lot of steam behind it. And that once that broke, you can see that this was our market cycle top, and we're trying to hold, and it broke. The pressure cooker broke, this bearish divergence flipped, and it completely destroyed the market. And you can see what happened to the RSI. It broke through this red line for literally the first time in 14 years, okay? But now things are very interesting, because it just had its largest drop, right? I'm dropping major clues here. I don't know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Put your guess in the comments right now. It dropped down about 55%, which is not a lot in the crypto space. I don't know if I just gave a big clue there, but I think that clue was already established, well established, because we just talked about 2001. But again, in the crypto space, this is not a lot. But when I'm talking about a really good investing opportunity, we need to be very clear as to what I'm saying. A 55% drop is a lot when this hasn't seen a 55% drop literally since the 2008 mega crash, where it saw just slightly higher than that at 66%. So in the last 14 years, we haven't dropped as much as we just did. And we dropped right to this bottom trend line, which is where we were the last time we had dropped so much, okay? So very interesting things playing out here. Very interesting. At the same time, you have the stochastic RSI also representing major bearish divergence that completely broke the camel's back. And what's pretty interesting is that we have this new trend line with our momentum. So we had our pivot high here. Again, orange line on top, it's very bad. You want to have the blue line on top, but orange line on top, price is going down. And you can see that we've been following this trend line, and we still have quite a ways to get through to here. You can see like May 2023, we'll see if we come up to this trend line. But things are getting very interesting. Are you at the edge of your seat? Do you know what this is yet? Do you have any guess? Here's a major clue. This will probably give it away, but I'll give you this clue anyway. So obviously, we're talking about 1997. We're talking about this dot-com era. And this company came out and just, it hit the ground running in a major way. And it rallied all the way, it's kind of like Bitcoin style. It rallied from about 7 cents all the way up here to $5.62. These were not the prices at the time. There's obviously been a bunch of stock splits, but you get the point. It went on like a Bitcoin type rally, and we had this dot-com bubble, and we saw just a massive crash. But right after that crash, it kind of found its footing, and it's been inside of this channel for literally 21 years. So for 21 years, we have been bouncing from the bottom to the top, back to the bottom, back to the top, spending a bunch of time at this median line as well, and finding ourselves near the bottom right now. So I wanted to present this to you because I read the comments. You guys want more stocks. This is arguably one of the more famous stocks. I don't know if you know it yet. I just gave some major bombs. So you might have a good idea. We'll unveil it in a second. But what I want to say about this is if you take like a 5-year horizon, and let's say hypothetically you have a kid or multiple kids and you're looking to just put your money somewhere that might be a little bit safer than stocks for your kid, and you want like a 5 or 10 year time horizon, this would be a pretty good opportunity. This is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor, but let's say I hypothetically have a child. I want a little bit less risk, and I want to sleep well at night. I want to put my money in something that is good long-term, has a very strong growth rate. It's something that a lot of people use, and it's probably not going away. And you're looking for an opportunity that represents a decent buying opportunity, this would definitely be considered one, and you can look no further than here. What's really interesting, and I'm going to unveil this in a minute, I mentioned this 14-year trend line. 14 years we were following this trend line, and when the bearish divergence broke, it crashed all the way down, and everyone's like, holy crap, where's it going to crash to? Look at the market structure. It crashed all the way down to this random number right here. That's not so random, because when you look left, that was precisely the market bottom 21 years ago. And once we hit that market bottom, there was some buying pressure that came in because smart people are like, hey, that was the bottom here. It might be a little bit time to buy, to take a little bit of profits with a short-term trade. And that's what people did. So it bounced all the way up here, but it bounced into trouble. How do we know it's trouble? Look left. It was trouble here and trouble here and trouble here. It's represented all through this market structure. So we bounced up into this trouble, and that really pushed us down. It's like the opposite magnet pushing us down, and then we fell through this level. And now we're officially the most oversold that this stock has ever been in its history. That's not my opinion. That's just represented in the data in front of us. It's literally, quite literally, the most oversold that it's ever been in its entire life. And as you know, this came out in 97. So that's quite a statement there. So what is this? What is this stock? What is this stock that you should invest potentially for your kids? Something that's a little bit safer, something that could be a very good buying opportunity. I will say this before I unveil it. Does this mean that this cannot break through this yellow line? Hell no. We can say that it's less of a probability that we'll break through it based on the fact that we've been in here for 21 years, but we can't say we won't break through it, right? We wicked through a pretty heavy wick, back in the days of 2008, right? We wicked through back in 2001. We could very well wick through, but can we close a body through? We absolutely could. There's no denying that. But if you're looking for a long-term investment with a larger time horizon, with a little bit less stress, then this one could be good. All right, are we ready to unveil it? Do you have your final guess is in? Because you may have switched and switched and switched, and then probably over the past minute or two, you're probably locked in on the guess, and you might be right. Drum roll, please. It's Amazon. It's Amazon. Take a look. Let me know in the comments down below. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. Only 3 days left. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs.